currently has 32 people on his personal payroll.
Sure, Connor surrounds himself with people who are agreeable.
Let's get into a movie that I didn't get to see, but that's okay. You know, I have a wonderful team here. We got enough people to spread things out now.
Which is good.
Which is very good. We've trained these people now to where they can go do this shit on their own. We finally trained your ass.
Thank you.
And the next movie that we're going to talk about is Popstar. Never stop, never stopping, as the Beeb sometimes says. And this is, when I say Bieber, as in Justin Bieber, this is supposed to be a parody of that. This is Andy Samberg's creation. Mm-hmm. You know, this is taken from one of his, on Saturday Night Live, one of his digital shorts.
Yeah, The Lonely Island.
The Lonely Island. You know his band, The Lonely Island, parody band. And they've been known to make skits and shorts and whatnot. And this one right here, so this is, Connor for real.
Right.
He's the dopest, Martin. And you might have seen him. He was started out as a parody on Saturday Night Live, and you might have seen the latest thing that Connor for real has done. Which
I had never seen any of that stuff.
Oh, you had?
Yeah, this was my first introduction to it.
Oh, Martin, let me. Did you see his latest shit that dropped? Finest Girl. Man, that shit's blowing up, Martin, out here on these streets. Let me go ahead and give you a little sample right here.
She was a freak when she started talking. She said, fuck me like we fucked Bin Laden. Oh, that girl was a freak. She said she wanted me to fuck her harder than the military.
Love this shit. Come on, man.
Fuck Bin Laden. Fuck Bin Laden. Fuck Bin Laden.
Martin is not amused.
Well, we heard this song.
No, it was in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was putting that out there for the people to see, in case you.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was listening to it going like, man, that's dumb. It's like, oh, I didn't realize. When I saw it in the movie, I didn't realize, oh, he'd done this before.
Because you had that look on your face like, man, cut this shit off.
No, that wasn't it at all.
Can't wait to hear this review. But Andy Samberg, I guess, was popular. Maybe Martin wasn't crazy about it, but Connor for real blew up so much that he got his own mockumentary out there. And I'm going to go ahead, since we don't have too many clips for this, I'm going to go ahead and show the trailer, because I watched the trailer, man. And I'm not going to lie to you. This trailer was making me laugh out loud as I was watching it. Let's go ahead and see Connor for real in Popstar.
Ever since I was born, I was dope.
It's Connor. I've got it all, and I'm getting more. Adam Levine's hologram. So expensive.
Connor currently has 32 people on his personal payroll.
Sure, Connor surrounds himself with people who are agreeable.
I'm a superstar.
Connor, did you take a shit in the Anne Frank house?
Do not go in there. Woo! Ace Ventura. This is my best friend, Maximus. He's like the closest thing I've ever had to like a little brother. If I had like a mute brother that was hella scaly.
Connor's second album drops today.
Out of 4 possible stars, Rolling Stone has given it the shit emoji. So mixed, let's call it mixed reviews.
Mona Lisa, the original basic bitch.
The record label's concerned about ticket sales.
I heard he's getting into stage gimmicks now.
Dude, what is this?
That's your new head.
Check this out.
Mona Lisa, you're an overrated piece of shit.
I feel that real showmanship has been lost in modern pop music. I'm trying a brand new magic trick.
Top of the world.
Connor, don't worry about it. You were up there for like 10 seconds.
It's a third of the way to Mars.
Connor, we've talked about this. 30 Seconds to Mars is the name of a band. It's not a fact.
Ash and I have been hanging out for about 6 months now. She's the total package.
Ashley Wednesday.
Are those real wolves?
Yeah.
Is that a seal? And you invited the press. What's going on?
Will you marry me?
Yes?
Wolves are loose.
Are you okay?
I've been in this situation before. I think I got these scars. From wolves? Now let's get out of here.
We killed Seal.
He's dead!
He's dead.
Seal is dead!
Mona Lisa sucks.
Again, Martin not looking amused. He ain't laughed one time. Oh, this is gonna be good. Who would like to start?
Go ahead, Corey.
Sure. Being from somebody that does know Lonely Island before, the movies and Connor for Real, with Incredibad and their other album, Turtlenecks and Keychains. Turtlenecks and Chains. Like, their music is something that, like, you're right, it did get big on SNL. Like, they had Dick in the Box, Jizz in My Pants, all those, like, those songs that made them huge for frat boys.
Yeah.
And, basically, that's really what it boils down to with the Lonely Island and Andy Samberg, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure I'm saying his name right.
Yeah.
Like Andy Samberg is one of those people that he's either you really like him or you really don't. Like, I love him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and when he's on SNL, he does a really good job. But when he's a lot of the Lonely Island stuff, which this is a Lonely Island movie. All three of the band members are in it.
Yeah, Akiva and Yorma.
Yeah. And you could tell that part of the movie, which is about camaraderie, it's 100% written from their life. But everything else, you're right, is a complete Justin Bieber parody. Like, they even bring in a guy named Hunter the Hungry, which is Tyler the Creator. And so, yeah, exactly. So, like, he's got this deep voice. He's like, I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I'm crazy. You're like, all right, we get who it is. And one of the things is with this, it's a lot of pop references. So, like, if if you're keeping up with music right now, like this crappy, even the most crappy things that are on the radio, they're gonna parody it. With that, like, there are some really funny comedy moments, but then it just turns off a cliff, and it just turns. It's jarring, man, and I use that word really loosely because this is a part where you get a joke, you're like, oh, that was really funny, and then it just goes on and on and on, and they beat that dead horse until it turns into glue, basically. And,
wow, that's a great line right there.
That really is.
So yeah, that's one of the things about it. Like, I enjoy Andy Samberg in really small pieces, but this whole movie is about him, and he's on the screen 99% of the time, and it gets to the point where he's obnoxious. And that was one of the things that I thought was probably the biggest of all the things in this movie.
But isn't that the point? To talk about obnoxious superstars?
Well, no, it's not. I'm not saying like the character was if he was a great actor and he was playing an obnoxious character, like, all right, I get you're being an obnoxious character. Like, he's not that great of an actor to play this kind of character. So, like, you're seeing it and you're like, I know what you're going for, and I feel like if this was an SNL short, wow, you would have had it. 5 or 6 minutes, you would have been out, nailed it. But the fact that this is going on, like, what was it? Like 86 minutes is this movie? This movie is.
I didn't see it.
So yeah,
it's just short of 90 minutes.
Yeah,
and you know what? That's too bad too, because I knew that this was not exactly a Saturday Night Live movie. Or is it? Because it's produced by Judd Apatow.
Right.
It is in like the point where they get a lot of celebrities, like just like people in the music industry that you think wouldn't sink this low. They got one of my favorite producers in this movie, and it pissed me off.
Really? Who?
Danger Mouse.
Oh, Danger Mouse.
Yes, Danger Mouse is in this. I'm like, no.
Produced the best Gorillaz album.
Yeah, Gorillaz, Gnarls Barkley, all that stuff.
Well, I was just going to say, you talk about the people that are in it and talking about the celebrities and the musicians, but one of the things that I was hoping to get from this, because I saw this trailer right here where they have, not trailer, but clip where they have Maya Rudolph.
Right.
And I was like, okay, you know what? I see a lot of either SNL movies where they use the alumni, or what is his name? Kevin Feige, the one that uses
does a Marvel movie?
No, the one that works with Melissa McCarthy.
No, Paul Feige.
Paul Feige. No, too many Feiges out there. And or Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this, and this clip, Maya Rudolph, and everybody makes me laugh because not only does it look like they're using the cast well in a way that's just laugh out loud funny, but it's scary how some of the ridiculous ideas that they have in this clip are like, you know what? I can see that shit really happening in real life.
Welcome to the future, bitches. It's gonna sound.
Oh.
It's fun, right?
Yeah. This is my fave, though. I like the freezer one.
Listen to this, homies. We can upload your entire album to fridges, washer dryers, blenders, and microwaves across the country.
You could do that?
Yes, nerd. It's just Wi-Fi jibber jabber. It's not a big deal.
This is that next, man. I told y'all, Deborah's a genius.
It's true. And it is also pronounced Deborah.
Deborah. Oh, that's very cool. What's the origin of that?
I believe Deborah?
See, that shit's funny right there, but I know people that would probably do that for real. If you ever, South by Southwest is full of people like that. And for
Right.
people who are listening, what it was is a refrigerator that could download your favorite artist's music. So when you ever open it, you'll
plays
hear the
it.
music
Well, they're
playing.
parodying U2. Remember when
Yeah,
they came out with the
iPod,
iPhone?
yeah.
And like you just automatically had U2's album on it.
Yeah.
So like that's what happens. Like they're parodying that.
I remember so many iPods were destroyed that weekend.
Yeah, man. Like I tried to delete it and it came back. U2 was the herpes of Apple.
Yeah,
You
because
were like, follows and
they
shit.
were like, that's the only way they could get people to listen to that album.
It was like it follows. I'm gonna give you this iPad or the iPod. You gotta get this shit to somebody else.
But yeah, like when you see like stuff right here, when it's 1 to 2 minutes of a clip, like an SNL sketch, you're like, wow, that works great. They even cut out one of the best lines in that little segment. But like outside of that, man, it just feels like they just tried to extend an SNL skit to a full movie.
Yeah.
And I don't think it worked that well. Martin, I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, you know what, man? I didn't love this movie. I mean, when I first heard about it, I thought, oh, this sounds hilarious. I really want to see it. And then I saw some clips, and I was like, wait, I can see how this movie can be actually kind of lame. And Andy Samberg, I don't think he's that. I think he's the weakest part of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And I like his little skits and things he can be on Saturday Night Live, but carrying a movie, yeah, he's not a great comedic actor. He's just able to come up with some funny stuff here and there. I found this movie came somewhere in the middle where it's like, you know what? It's not as great as I originally thought it would be, but it is better, maybe even much better than I thought it might have been. Terrible. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I actually, there was never a point when I didn't like the movie. It was always likable. It just wasn't always funny. And there's not a lot of great moments, but there are some. I mean, sometimes I had some laugh out loud points, which was tough because right in my ear was a guy who every time something was even mildly amusing.
Hey, this is when I knew studios pay people to go to their theater and laugh, because this dude, it'd be like a fart, like, I'm like, oh my god! Like, it got to the point that it was two people next to me, and then it was him. So like, I would look at the two people next to me, they look at me, they're like, please help.
You know what?
I mean, you know how it is. Like you see something, like you just want to chuckle at it. It's like it's kind of funny, and somebody's laughing that loud. You want to turn around. It's like it ain't that goddamn funny. It makes you mad at the movie.
It got to the point where people were laughing at him, laughing at the movie.
What did the guy look like? Did you see him?
So I didn't see him for the longest time. We were outside, a group of us talking shit about him, and then the one guy who was our friend who was sitting next to him said like, "Oh shit, that's him."
I know he came up behind y'all. I know he was annoying, right?
He looked completely unamused.
Oh, really?
He looked like Josh Gad.
Oh, he looked like, okay. There's more than one person. When we're watching
this
Nice Guys.
I know. No,
You know when we're watching Nice Guys, there's a guy
about
back there. He was that spontaneous laughing guy.
No, this is a different guy.
Yeah.
We got, they're multiplying.
Oh, shit. You got to kill them, man.
Here's the thing, man. I actually have a fondness for this movie in as much as it kind of reminded me of okay, so you had Fear of a Black Hat, which was the hip-hop mockumentary. And it was a lot like Spinal Tap, where it was like, its premise was it's a mockumentary, and it stuck to it from the beginning to the end. It was very funny. Then you also had Chris Rock's CB4, which stuck to it about halfway, and then it just got kind of bogged down and like, well, we got this plot going on, let's go with that. And that's what goes wrong, with this movie. It's like, the times when it's just doing parody stuff, most of it's pretty funny. And it's just the plot of it, like, oh, well, the guys broke up and get them back together. It gets a little weak there. Never enough to make me hate it. I mean, it is kind of stupid, but at the same time, something I overall loved about it was just how much it makes fun of the pop music industry. And and the way it blurs the line, because it does get that close to where you go like, I'm seeing shit like this probably happen for real. It's so close, you don't know. And there's so many musicians who come in to do those cameos where they're talking to the camera, confessionals. Yeah, people you respect, as you saw, and all of them do. I'm like, wow, you guys, you did this because you think you're in on the joke. And you don't realize you actually are still the joke. Like, you've been incepted. You don't know that you're making a movie that's really making fun of you and this industry. I felt like if I was somebody who agreed to do that and I did my little part and I would go watch this movie and I would sit there going, motherfucker, what? I got to get out of this. My life is dumb.
Corey Nas is in this.
Oh, no, man.
Yes.
But tell me they made him look good. Nas don't act a fool.
Testimonial.
Yeah, it's testimonials. Like they don't make fun of themselves. That guy who played Hunter, I thought he was hilarious.
Hunter was good.
Yeah, like everything he did. So I didn't know that he was playing, Tyler the Creator. I don't know all the exact references, but I got enough of a feel of it where I was like, man, this is funny to me, just down in my core. It just made me feel like, okay.
Is that the dude that's what is it, Hunger the Hungry?
Hunter the Hungry.
Hungry. Even he's like, that's stupid.
Like even he's got the wolf on his chest, like what Tyler's
like. Yeah. That's too bad it wasn't funny, man. Because I was looking at this and I was thinking, even from the little parts I see, it's kind of nailing it. And here's the thing, man. How's my man Tim Meadows in this? Because I watched this and he's actually kind of funny in small parts too.
He's solid.
I enjoyed him in this
decide
movie.
on an opening act.
Man. All right, fine. Does anybody have ideas?
One, but you are going to like it.
Wait, did you say are or aren't?
Are.
Sometimes. Is he a pirate?
He does great in bit roles like that, like the principal from Mean Girls. Like he does a really great job in authoritarian positions.
Yeah. No, like I said, man, I'm getting bits and pieces of this, so maybe it would be better if it was like a short.
I don't
think so.
I mean, if it was 30 minutes shorter, because I think there's an hour of good material. It's just that it's an hour and a half.
Oh shit! Sorry, Martin.
It's an hour and a half, so you have filler. And I say an hour of good material, maybe it's more like 45 minutes. Still, it's more than what you would get from a short. I mean, for me, it's a low matinee because I was like, you know what? It's stupid, but I am kind of having fun at just what it's poking fun at overall. It's one of those movies like I want you to see it for what you'll get out of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to say like, hey man, you need to go pay to see this. But if you did, you would come back to me like, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Okay. Well, since Goodwin's not going to be on the same level.
I mean, I think it's interesting that you compare it to like CB4 and Fear of a Black Hat because those were good movies. But like with this, man, it was. Even if you get all the pop references and what they were going for, and I think they were able to carry the mockumentary form well. And the whole time I was watching it, was reminding me of another great mockumentary movie he did well that came out on HBO. That was only like an hour and 10 minutes, 7 Days in Hell.
Is that the tennis one?
Yeah, the tennis one. And I was I was watching that and I was like, all right, this is actually pretty funny. Like it kind of made me excited for Popstar. But when I went and saw this, it's the most basic frat boy juvenile humor that you could ever like see on screen. It's a lot of fart jokes, a lot of shit jokes. There's a dick joke.
No, there is. But when you say that, I think of an Adam Sandler movie, and I think it's better than those.
Man, this is trying it. But there's something that, especially when they go the mockumentary route, that I do like to see. Is like, all right, let me see how you got here. If you're gonna be a pop star or a singer or whatever, at least have somewhat decent music or some decent tunes in here. And if you like Lonely Island, you're gonna love this music. But the music is bad. I mean, bad.
Even meant to be, right?
No, even his tracks that are supposed to be good or bad. Okay. So like when in the beginning of the movie, they're supposed to be good tracks. He's like, I went 4 million.
Yeah, I thought they were all bad on purpose.
No, well, the ones for the second album.
No, I know, but.
No, these are Lonely Island songs. That's what I'm telling you. These are supposed to be like funny songs.
All right.
I mean, one thing I will say is that like you showing me that clip that they already made that Bin Laden song, that kind of it makes me want to take points away. Like I don't know if I would drop it to a full high rental on that point. Maybe so, just because I thought, oh, this is new material for this movie, and I go like, oh, it is like somebody said to me, it's like they just made a movie version of these videos together, and I was like, oh, but. That sort of takes something away from it for me.
He just did this because I think he was just on SNL like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's a promo for the movie.
So what would you rate it?
But at the end of the day, man, this is some old bullshit. I went back home.
Corey, now you know good and well this ain't some old bullshit. I don't want to tell you a rating, but you got these really strong opinions when you go see these movies. Martin, you see what I'm saying? This is when we talk to him when we talk about that new reviewer syndrome, where they just go to the dark side with their feelings. Like Darth Vader would love you, man.
I'm just surprised you gave it some more bullshit because you did say some positive things about it earlier.
Yeah, there were some positive things in this movie, but I think the negative things really overshadowed. Like there was probably you
Sandberg, like what?
You thought there was an hour of good material here. I thought there was maybe 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
So like they could have cut this up into 5 short SNL skits and been done with it. Like I went home immediately and watched the Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox movie. I was like, this is actually a funny movie to me.
Yeah,
like
yeah, no. Dewey Cox is funnier.
Yeah, so like I went home and watched it. I was like, all right, like y'all, keep in mind, you don't have to live up to that standard because I do see that as a really fun movie, and I think they did that well. But you have to just show me some kind of creativity. And I've known Lonely Island, like I think for like majority of the audience that's going to see this. And if you really like Lonely Island, you're gonna have a great time watching this. But if you're just a regular moviegoer who's not a fan of Lonely Island, which most people aren't, you're gonna be like, what the hell is going on? This is stupid. This isn't enjoyable, and I'm not having an enjoyable time at this movie.
I'm just saying, somebody gave you a shovel. You quick to fling that bullshit, man.
You only like my third one.
Man, what was that other one that he gave bullshit to the other day? Oh, that
Dark Horse.
You tried to give Dark Horse some bullshit, but you got around it because you said, man, for me, there's some bullshit. But you are very.
I said, if you love horses, it's a rental.
Well, you are a very impatient man.
No, man, I was probably the person that wanted to see this the most. Because I was like, hey, I want to go see Popstar. I want to go see Popstar. Let me go check this out. So if I come out of this being like, hey, man, this isn't what it should be. Something is missing.
It could be a rental. It could be like it's a slight disappointment.
Nah,
okay,
man. Even if I want to tell anybody to go out and rent this, if this came on HBO, I'd change the channel.
Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm not that big a fan of Lonely Island, but I like the movie. Okay.
Why you ain't jump on him? He had turtles of bullshit. Come on, man.
He uses his bullshit sparingly, only when he really has to, and I can see it. He ain't no Turtles fan.
I feel that real showmanship has been lost in modern pop music. I'm trying a brand new magic trick. Top of the world!
Connor, don't worry about it. You were up there for like 10 seconds.
It's a third of the way to Mars!
Connor, we've talked about this. 30 Seconds to Mars is the name of a band. It's not a fact.